Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and I'm just leaving Neon Mall. I'm going to get some provisions, and I'm going to be driving through Yoskapoo down towards Geroskipou Beach. I'm not sure of the exact route yet, but I will be sticking a map up for the flat version of this film. So we're starting off at Neon Mall, going down to a stadium. From there we're going to explore a few of the places I've mentioned in recent blogs. We'll pop in to see Milo's Tower, then we'll drive down Yoskapoo High Street, and then we'll finish by going through the countryside down to Paphos Beach, and we'll park near Paphos Beach Bar itself. Now, when you come out of Neon Mall, you have to turn left. There are plans for there to be a roundabout up here in the fullness of time, because they're expanding Neon Mall, and we'll see more of that as we drive past it, thanks to the wonders of the 360 camera. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to that green light, but you never know. Oh. It teased me, didn't it? Well, anyway, so while we're here, we'll spin the camera around to the Neon Mall. I don't know how much of the building work behind it you can see, but they've got a lot of the cladding on the front of it now, so things are moving ahead nicely. Now, the issue a lot of people have had with the expansion of the Neon Mall, and the Neon Mall itself, I guess, is that of access, because at peak times, the junction here, coming from that car wash over there, can get chocker basically, and you can can be quite a long queue there. And when the Neon Mall expands, my green light, that situation can only get worse. So they do need to improve access. And there is, I believe, it's going to be, there must be an entrance there actually with the building, but they need a new exit as well, really. Unless they build the thing is, if they build the roundabout, that means that everyone has to go to Yoskapoo, and there's nothing, well, not everyone who doesn't want to go the way I just came has to go via Yoskapoo. It would be nice if they could build somehow another road to the left of where we are now, but the only trouble with that is that there's a bit of a gorge going on down there, and it's not really suitable. Because essentially, I think that's the Limnaria River, yes it is, that runs through there. That's the one that comes out at Alexander the Great Hotel. And it's not much of a river at the moment, but give it a few rain showers and it will be looking a lot more promising. This is the old site of Super Home Store, and you've got the stadium of Paphos FC riding high at the moment on the right. I was reading about how they might actually even qualify for the final stages of the Champions League, which would be an incredible achievement. And we're going into Yoskapoo. Now, you'll see one of the gateways to Paphos out here, and that signifies that we've left Paphos City and we've entered Yoskapoo. That's about all you can use to distinguish the two, to be honest. I'm going to let this car overtake me because I want to turn right here first. Now, up here on the corner, past that chemist, is a car dealership called Paphos MS Auto Trade. Occasionally we get asked recommendations. We've had 2 cars from that chap in there, and he's very good. I highly recommend him. I'm not getting paid for this announcement, I should say. That's entirely because I'm driving past them. People have been asking, and I've used them personally, and they're very good. Paphos MS Auto Trade, there you go. Now we're driving down, this will take us back to the dual carriageway that runs down to the hotel strip, but I want to turn left down here because I did an article recently on the shrine caves they got down here, and the new Neapolis that's getting built, which is basically a new business city effectively. And so I might as well show you where that is. So I'm going to turn left here. Now from here on in it's going to be a bit hit and miss, because I often get lost driving through the back streets of Yoskapoo. Doesn't matter if you do, but it might make for an interesting film. So there's the big church I was telling you about. We're going to take a right here. Milo's Tower is on the left somewhere, and I may be able to drive past it, I'm not sure. It depends if I can remember the correct route. But anyway, first of all, I'll show you how to where to park if you want to go and explore the shrine caves at the moment. You can't go to the usual place by the chapel because there's a building site. But if you go this way, and it's a nice, interesting little place to explore as well. I mean, there's nothing amazing or fantastic there, but it's different. There's a cat getting some shade, and you can see the building work going on over there on the left. I did some articles on that and this area up here fairly recently on the main Paphos Life website. And on to our left, we're above the shrine caves themselves now, and there's the little staircase you want to take. So park anywhere here and walk down that staircase, and you'll get to the shrine caves and the little chapel. And I'm just basically going to go round in a loop now. There's that interesting little farm that was on our left, if you read the article. Right, so let's see if we can find Milo's Tower. Dum, 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 dum. It was a bit of a coup for the good people of Yoskapoo to get him to paint this tower, I think, because he had done an excellent mural in the old town of Paphos. But that rather criminally, in my opinion, got painted over. It's not criminally, really. I mean, the guy who had the building wanted to renovate it, so it's fair enough, I guess. It was a shame though, because if I had something like that painted on the side of one of my buildings, I'd do everything I could to preserve it. Now, you can get to more of the shrine caves, I think, along here, especially to the right there. It's a little dead end there, but you get a nice view there. I remember years ago, I used to go there with Alex, my wife, and have our lunchtime rolls from Zorba's and enjoy the view. And now I think I need to turn here for Milo's Tower on the right. Yes, because it's an old water tower that's been painted, so. Oh no, it's on my left, I can see the tower itself. So what I'll do, I'm not sure if I can do actually I'll go around here because it might loop round, but if not, there's more space here to turn around anyway. Yeah, that's a more stylish and elegant U-turn. Right, so let's go back. Milo's Tower is on the right. There it is. Doesn't it look magnificent? And again, thanks to the 360, you can appreciate it properly. Actually, I can even drive around it. There we go. Now the next question, that's a dead end that way. can I get back to the main part of Yoskapoo, because I haven't shown you much of that yet. That road looks promising. Let's go this way. This is going to be a bugger for me to do a map of. I have to work out the exact route and all that. Right, I wonder if they're as lost as I am. There's a cherry picker. They've got a stop sign, so I'm going to go this way. That's an interesting sign, isn't it? I wonder what that is. Now, what's that no entry for? Presumably that's for going left. Not no entry, dead end, so I'm going to go right. Another stop, but I'll go left here because that looks pretty solid, doesn't it? Oh, mind the lady. Wellness Personal Training Studio. Now I want to drive down the main road of oh, I know where we are now, yes. Oh, that's quite good actually. Some nice meals there. That's Yoskapoo Square on our right. We'll see that again, but if I go down here, I'll eventually come to those traffic lights we were on before, opposite Savas MS Auto Trade. Now one of these turnings I can take before that. But there are quite a few places to see along here. There's a good bike shop along here, second-hand cycle shop. And also a good I don't know what you'd call it. It's a restaurant, but takeaway as well. I wouldn't call it fast food. Canteen style food, really. It's all traditional Cypriot stuff. But very nice. That's not the bike shop I meant. But there's the canteen place I was telling you about. And that's the cycle shop. I've got a bike from there. So I really need to dust off. Right, so here's the big church again. So we're going to go right to a tiny little duplication here, which I don't normally like, but I'm sure certain Sabbers won't object to. So we'll go past his car dealership again. There's also a St Michael's Hospice charity shop on the left, just down there, which is a very good place to get stuff. Come on, come on, that's it. Right. So we're coming back up here. Watch out for that chap's car door. Cuban Amazon pet shop on the right. And we're going to be turning right once the lights are favourable to us. Looks like Savas has got some vans for sale. Oh, a nice Jeep there. Behave yourself. If I could do my buy me a coffees for it, get me a nice new Jeep. Oof. That'd be a lot of coffees though. Anyway, I haven't got to my marketing yet. I'm going to wait till I'm driving from Yoskapoo down to the beach, because there's a big expansive countryside there for that, which is ideal for marketing purposes. Now the Christmas lights are up, but my memory isn't good enough to. They could have been up all year for all I know. but they tend to go on, get turned on officially the start of December, and I'm looking forward to that because with my night camera it's going to be excellent, and I'm a big kid at heart. Right, so you've got there's the Zorbas I mentioned before. We're having a Zorbas rolls. That's where we get them from, and we get a drink from the kiosk on the other side of the road because it was about 20p cheaper, 20 cents cheaper. That's one of the things about living in Cyprus. It's weird, but I mean, when we were in the UK, we'd go to a big supermarket and we'd get all our week's shopping done in one hit, pretty much. Stuff like lettuce and other perishables we might pick up again later in the week, or possibly meat. But you would go to one supermarket. In Cyprus, it's normal to go to like 2 or 3 because different supermarkets stock different sort of things. They're not as big as the UK ones, and they're better for it. And especially over Christmas time, the queues aren't anywhere near what they're like in the UK. Busiest time is probably Easter and Green Monday sort of time. Anyway, here is Yoskapoo Square, which is very nice indeed. Highly recommend you having a walkabout around there. And historic churches over there. And nice places for eating and drinking. And you've got TT Bar on the left there, and beyond that, down that way, there's a little sculpture park. Nothing like the one you'll get in Ayia Napa, but if you've got a few minutes to kill, it's worth a look. You've got a folk art museum on the right, which I've still not visited. During the course of the winter, when it gets wetter, and I can't really do that much in the way of driving films or walking films, I might spend a bit more time filming museums. I prefer doing articles of museums because the museums themselves aren't that big. And I think that if you film it all, you might put people off from going just because they might say, well, I've seen the film now, there's no need for me to go. Whereas with an article, you can just show a subset of the pictures, and you can say, well, you could edit the film and do that, but then you'd have a very disjointed film anyway. So that's why I've held off from filming museums. It could just mean, though, that you have to get used to reading a few articles again. Oh, I said it. Anyway, we're coming out of the main part of Yoskapoo town. I can't say village because it's a big area. And I believe the turning I want is this one. Industrial area. Now on the right soon there's another little church and an interesting graveyard, if you like that sort of thing. Anyway, given that we're here now, it's time, I think, to go into the marketing. So if you like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channels. That's Paphos Life, and also for 360 films, which this may be if you're watching the 360 version, Cyprus Panoramas. We've set that up just to put on all our 360 films, basically. And that's up and running now. I had to do last night my final, I had to do a 6-second film for YouTube to verify that I am a legitimate person, which is bizarre because I've already got Paphos Life already set up and they know I'm legitimate from that. But you'd think when you created a new channel you wouldn't have to go through all that process again, but I did. Anyway, it's done now, so there's no need for me to go off on a prolonged rant. But yes, so anyway, subscribe to Cyprus Panoramas as well. You'll see the 360 version of that on here a couple of days after the flat file version gets published on the main channel. That's how it's going to work in general, but there won't be a map on the 360 version because that just doesn't work. It's straight down here. Anyway, yeah, so that's the subscription done. If you want to help us out financially, like, that was a nice Jeep back there, wasn't it? But more realistically, just buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Paphos Life. And all coffees are very gratefully received, I can assure you. And most of the money actually goes towards buying new camera equipment, so win-win, as they say. And if you do want to get something back in return yourself, then go to our Zazzle store at zazzle.co.uk/store/Paphos Live/collections, and there you can buy the Ace Paphos 2026 calendar. It's available now in about 5 different photography formats, because there's like cats of Paphos, sunsets, Paphos beaches, etc. So have a look and get a copy of that. Or other stuff, we take pictures and then we stick them on mugs, and you know the routine. Finally, if you want to keep informed about when we publish anything, be it on YouTube, Facebook, or our main Paphos Life website, then follow our Facebook page, Paphos Life. I suppose you can also follow Cyprus Panoramas now. I had to play the dust off that one. And then you get notified whenever we publish anything, and so follow that, and it will be greatly appreciated. Yoskapoo coastal area. And if you want to say hello, go to our Paphos Chat and Cyprus Chat Facebook groups, because Facebook is a big thing in Cyprus, basically. Anyway, that's the marketing done, and which is probably good timing, because we're coming up to Geroskipou Beach now. So I'll find a nice place to park, show you a bit of the improvements they've been doing down here. There's a bit of controversy actually as to what's going to happen to Geroskipou Beach Bar. So there are plans it's going to be completely redone over. I mean, it's not the first time they've had plans for that sort of thing, so I'm not sure what the score is. I will one day pop in and see if I can chat to someone about it, but not today. I'm still getting over my cold, so I don't want to spread any germs. Sunbeds are out at the Fear by the Sea still, and I was gonna park there, but it's where one of the bins is, so it's not the nicest thing to have as a final scene. There's a guy staring at the camera. So I'll pull in here and say thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next film. Cheers.